Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Shut Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of the Direwolf20 1.21 mod pack. Today is episode 13, and we are getting into kind of just making the source generation a little bit better. I did not know, and I did do some research, some minor amount of research, that the ergonomic source link has quite a large range of where it can actually pick up from. And of course, source berries are one of the crops that actually produce extra output. And of course, bone meal does not allow for these to send actual source into the source link. So I was correct on that one. And I don't know if red fertilizer increases that rate of actually sending source, but overall, I have actually seen quite an increase on the amount of source we're actually sending using the current setup. I've just kind of been watching this. Of course, everything is basically grown besides like one row, but yeah, right now it looks like it's doing pretty well. So real quick, what I want to do, can I put this in the air by one? Because I want to put it here, but I don't want to put it there. So let's just put that in the air. And I'm just going to go right click on a few of these crops. Just so that way they kind of grow a little bit here and there. And yeah, you can see that it's pretty much a guarantee that these will actually send source from what I've seen. So if we just watch this for a second here. So there we go. There's one over there. There's one over there. And these aren't fast by any means. This crop is slow. And I don't really think this is technically a crop, because you can actually just plant these outright wherever. So I don't even know if this actually affects it, in all honesty. But we are okay with that. So let's get to looking at something. So I've got the advanced clicker from last episode, and I want to rotate this. Do I have a wrench even for this? I don't think I do. So we're just going to kind of overly complicate this. Okay, so we still have it set like we did last time. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a thermo generator. Oh, I forgot to grab a sink. That's what I forgot to get. Okay, let me grab one of those here in a second. So thermo generator. And I guess technically I need this to be up one more block. If I can do that. We're going to kind of just keep going up. Because I don't actually know how the range of this. I wish there was a way to see the range of this, but that's okay. Alright, so we need a sink. We're just going to go for a default sink here, no other color. And we can set this on top of this for now. Actually, no, we can't, because we need to access it. So let's just set it right here. Because this can't pull anything in, right? This can't just auto pull water in? No, it can't. Okay. Just curious. We'll grab a fluid pipe. We will live with it being this way. But that should auto output power into this thing. And hopefully we'll see this start right-clicking. Sneak right-click, compare NBT, target blocks, right-click. Up. Okay, we changed it to north, and that looks like it's functioning. I think this thing's technically facing east. So let's just face it east. That'll work. Okay, so that is harvesting. I think it's basically just dropping everything into the ground. So it's clicking, but it's not clicking the way I'm hoping. Also, it's not... It just seems like it's inconsistent. Doesn't it? Okay, so let's just leave it on down. That sounds okay. But yeah, it's definitely not harvesting as quick as I was hoping. And I know we could do this with starbunkles. I do know that, but I'm kind of just trying to mess around with just dire things and Rs, because Just Our Things is such a newer mod that I haven't been able to mess around with it that much. So I'm hoping this actually functions. Which it looks like it is. We just need to get the item pipe, or the item collector going. Which, to get the item collector, we're actually going to steal it from here. Reason being is because we're actually going to take out all of this and re-hoe it with the new one. Where is my actual new hoe? Okay, found it in the tools chest. Apparently I threw it in there for a minute. So how do we go about doing this? So there's no way to just go one-to-one. Okay, so I'll just have to tear out all of the farmland and go with that. Let me see if I can get like a diamond shovel or something, because this thing is awfully slow. Okay. Let me just get this all pulled up, replanted, and that way we'll have an item collector, and then we'll move on to the next part of the source berry generation that I want to mess with. Okay, so the item collector is set up. Of course, it's just the exact same as this one. I believe so, at least. Let's just make sure. Okay, yeah, and then, of course, it's down one because, of course, this is above it. But yeah, so it's going into this. So we have a fully automatic source farm. We could have used a Starbuncle, but I just thought this was an interesting idea to try and do this instead. And I do like this. It's actually pretty nifty. I do want to replicate this farm immediately over on this side. And the next portion of this is I actually want to grab a different type of source link. I don't know if we can actually get this source link, but I want to see. It is called the mycelial. So I do need a mushroom stew. I've actually never used the mycelial. So we're going to kind of just try this out here. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to grab a pedestal. So a arcane pedestal, which requires source stone, which is on page 7 or 8. Oh no, it's actually changed. It's page 4 now. Every series, it's on a different page, I swear. Okay, that would give us an arcane pedestal. We can actually then make this a flat arcane pedestal. There's no difference in between this besides the fact that one's taller. It doesn't really matter which one you use. And I want to grab a pusher upgrade. No, just hopper. It's called a hopper upgrade in this case. Okay. So upgrade base, hopper. And then I want to grab the second tier of this, which requires the dropper. Perfect. And then we're going to throw that in here. And we are then going to turn off the bottom, turn off the top. And we are going to push into the front. And we're going to put this right here. So what this is going to do is this mycelial actually eats source berries because source berries are food. And with that, this then just produces source off of source berries. It's not like a ultimate solution, but it will give us a little bit more source at the end of the day. And of course, if I had the sink knot here, I would probably put another one here, put another pedestal, and then push out the back. But I really want to keep this compact as can be, and I think this should be fine. And yeah, we have no items in the world, which is a good thing. We just have them sitting on the pedestal. You can actually do the exact same thing with the volcanic source link as well, with the archwood saplings, or archwood logs, not saplings, archwood logs. And then from there, they then burn the archwood logs, which gives you a boosted amount of mana overall, which is pretty cool. So this is a very simple solution, but now I'm going to get the next sourceberry farm, which is going to be set right next to it. This should be done, should be completed. I did put down the 2 source links we have around this area, and actually I think this one's picking up stuff from over there, which is fine, but it's just not guaranteed that we'll always get stuff from over there, because it seems like the plant, or the actual farmland, just applies growth ticks and it causes issues. So not 100% sure, but that's fine. Realistically, I don't need this one here, but we will just keep it. All right, so we were full on that source jar. We are full on this source jar. So technically, we are unable to actually use this, like actually fill any more of our source jars until we get relays and stuff, right? We probably want to do that. So source relay, and I probably want to look at actually getting like a collector, which is the enchanting system, enchanting apparatus and all of that. So the collector and then the depositor, so we would just have an area to just drop all of our source off, would probably not be a bad option. So let's actually look at the enchanting system. So the enchanting apparatus requires an arcane core and tons of source gems. So that's why I'm running over here real quick. So enchanting, let's just look up Ars. Enchantment, enchanting apparatus. We need one of these, a arcane core, which is this right here. And it looks like actually some of the stuff has been retextured. Am I wrong? Like, this is completely retextured. But not all of it. Not all of it's retextured, just some of it. Interesting. And for right now, we're actually going to put the enchanting stuff right here. So let's put the arcane core here, the enchanting apparatus here, and then a pedestal. We need several pedestals. So 8 of these in total. So page 4. Perfect. Oh, not enough. Okay. So we're going to go out 1, 2, place 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Just get these all placed down. I believe that is the correct orientation. We're just picking up a whole bunch of random stuff right now. Let me just... Okay. So I do believe that this should work, but in case we actually want to guarantee this, let's actually just get a source relay placed down and get another source jar. Because I basically want to guarantee that this enchanting apparatus has enough source. I don't recall if the enchanting apparatus actually uses source any longer. I'm pretty sure some of it does, some of it doesn't. But overall, it'll speed it up if it doesn't. Okay. And then we want to grab the wand from Ars, which is the Dominion. Okay, so we need to just grab source gems, sticks, and gold. So source gems. 1, 2. Stick. And then gold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what was in the middle? So I did not actually bookmark it. Oh, so the stick is in the middle. So stick. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't need source. We can just use source to speed it up. Okay. And I'm pretty sure if it does need source, it'd probably tell us in the actual JEI stuff, right? Enchanting... Cannot type for the life of me right now. Okay, yes. If it needs source, it will tell us. So this recipe did not tell us we needed source. Okay. So then I want to do taking and then sending. Okay? And that way we're actually using this to speed stuff up. Or, in some cases, actually using source. Perfect. We're going to slowly progress through Rs because I really don't know what I'm doing. And so what I want to grab, as I said, was the relays, right? The collecting and depositing relay. So the depositor and the collector. Let's just... Oh, we can't actually bookmark these, which is interesting. I can't bookmark the recipe. I can only do it with other mods. Interesting. Okay. I didn't expect that, honestly, but that's okay. So source relay. So we just want 2 of these. And we want hoppers. So we want 4 hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if you click too fast on crafting, it actually doesn't work all the time, by the way. Like, there has to be a delay between, it looks like, from what I've seen. Okay, 4 chests. So we're just going to go hopper, 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 and then relay, and that'll start cruising. And then we'll do the chest one, and then we'll get these set up, because I basically want to just have them pushed away from there, and then have like an area where we can actually settle everything down. And I think this is actually a decent spot for the enchanting apparatus. So next thing, chest, 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 source relay. Perfect. Just checking on our source and making sure we're still decent. So yeah, it's definitely slow on this front, but that's okay. All right. So there's collector and there's depositor. So basically what I want to do is I want to place this here. Take this one out. And grab some just general source jars. So just 3 for now, that's fine. And I'm actually just going to place them over here. So let's just start like 1, 2, 3. How much archwood do I actually have left? 61 pieces? That's not terrible. Okay, let's make some slabs. Okay, and then now source jars. So there's 6. We'll call that good. So depositor. So basically what I want to do, and I don't know, can I actually link 2 relays together? I can. So this thing should be taking from basically every jar nearby. I'm going to push this one back up 1. And then it's depositing into all of these. So this is just going to be like a simple building up of source, and then we can send this off if we need to, which is exactly what I want to do. Okay. And this definitely may not be the most effective way, but overall, I think it'll work. So it looks like actually it's not going to work because this one is too far away. So let's try picking this bad boy up. And then can I still send to here? Okay, I can. So is that getting all of the jars? And we can take this jar out for right now. So this jar is empty. Dang it. I wish these were like the sweet berry, where you could actually get away from them by shifting. I wish that was a thing. But okay, so we've got 3 full jars, 1 almost full. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this source relay. Take from there, push to here if I can. And then from here to here. Is that the correct direction? Hold on. So, how do I clear this out? Because I want to take from here and send to here. And then take from here. Is that what I mean? I won't know until I actually use source out of this. Or I could just test and see if I did this correctly. Yes. Okay. It was correct. Perfect. And we'll just snag this empty jar here and replace it with this. That's fine. Okay. So one thing else I want to do is I probably want to grab our simple little setup we had over here and actually just move it over there, so that way we're actually having source go into it as well. Because we're going to need more source gems. But all right, let me just get a couple more source gems. Get a pretty decent amount of them. Just because I know we're gonna need them here in a minute, and we'll look at getting into a few other things. All right, let's make our first spell book from Ars here. This is just going to require all the tools that are iron tier. So let's just get those crafted up here. And then we should be able to upgrade this immediately. We can't upgrade it again because we don't have Nether Star, Totem of Undying, or Wilden Tribute. I know we can actually do a ritual to get this. We do have an ominous bottle, by the way. I don't know if I put it in here or put it in my chest, because I did have a raid party show up at my front door. So I took them out and got an ominous bottle, which is fantastic. So that is completed. So this actually will replace our worn notebook, by the way. Pressing C opens the book. And this is, of course, your worn notebook. Very, very easy to get to. By default, we only have 3 spells plus 2 of the actual effects for those said spells. So, for example, Touch and Break. This would just be your simple breaking spell. So if I look at this block, right-click, it breaks it. Pretty cool. And of course, we can definitely get more of these, which is actually where we're going to go with this. So I do want to grab a couple spells, and I think we just need to look these up. So there is the, what is it called? It's Ars. I'm just going to put the Glyph, because there is one. I want to make sure we have, is it Dispel? Is that what it is? Discharge, Dispel. I think it's this one. Okay. But this one is actually going to be used for the containment system. In case we accidentally contain something we don't want to, casting Dispel on it will actually remove the creature from the containment jar. So we're going to go for this real quick. Scribe's Table and a chest. We just need a normal, everyday chest. And we're actually just going to put this bad boy right here. And we're going to then put this here. And so this requires a few things that we may not have access to, right? Yeah, the Abjuration, Conjuration, and all the other essences. Okay. Well, I guess we can look at that real quick. I don't even know how many types of essences there are, but I know we need a handful of them. Like, I know we need this one for the actual table of containment. Apologies. So Table of Containment needs the manipulation. And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of other ones that we could look at, too. But we just want these. So let's grab 6 pedestals and 2 imbuement chambers, which we already have there. So pedestals. We're probably going to need some more source stone, but that's fine. So there's our first 3. And we can just grab some gold nuggets here. Page 4. Okay. So with these being crafted, we're going to need a little bit of a bigger area, but that's okay. We're just going to kind of start it off over here. I don't want to go too far this direction, by the way, because I am trying to keep in our chunk boundaries that we have set already, which is not really a big deal to change it, but this is kind of just a protected area that's labeled under us. So just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so here, here, and here. I believe we can do it this close together. And then... Okay, so these do need source. So what I'm going to try, grabbing a source jar, putting it right here. Will this actually fire off into it if I remove this jar? Because I don't really need a jar here. It just makes things faster. Okay, it does not look like it'll actually reach. So, what we can do is put it here. And then I'm going to grab a relay. Now I see it that it's actually connected. Okay, we'll just grab a relay and relay off of one of the jars that's already over here. So we can just put that there. And then we'll do what we did on the other side. And we will grab our Dominion Wand. So we're going to take from here and send to here. Okay. All right, let's grab the items that we need. So, fermented spider eye. A bucket of milk. Which actually, if you did not see on the mini-map, I do have cows. I did actually just gather up some cows. And that way we can use them for all of the ritual sacrifices and all of that stuff we've been using them for. But cows, for some reason, seem to be very uncommon compared to everything else. Sheep and pigs and chickens I've seen left and right. But cows, on the other hand, have been a little bit more of a pain to find. So I just thought I'd grab a handful and then breed them up to get a little bit more. So whenever I, need a cow, I just breed it and then take one of the cows out of there. So definitely a good option. So fermented spider eye, milk, and what else? Sugar. Perfect. Okay, and then the manipulation, we need a clock, redstone, and a stone button. So clock, redstone, and a stone button. Okay. And then now what we need to do is grab some source gems, pop them in there, and they will start going to town. I like how there's a visual indicator that source is involved, besides like the red particle, but these things just bounce up and down like crazy when source is actually being flown through them. But okay, that is the essences we need. And of course, these items never get used, the outskirts items. So realistically, you could do a system similar to this and just pump source gems in. That would then allow for you to actually get, however many pieces of essence you need. But I'm only going to grab that many. And I guess that bouncing actually isn't when source is involved, right? Because you can see source is not involved. And it's actually crafting and bouncing. I don't remember it bouncing that much, though. Interesting. I know some things have changed in Ars, so I'm not really too concerned if some minor detail has changed. So this is a tier 1 glyph, and we actually do need several buckets of milk. So 1, 2. Let me go grab these buckets of milk here real quick. Alrighty, to make a spell here, what we're going to do is we're going to toss in the essence that we need, so abjuration, and then the 3 buckets of milk. And we are going to not do what I just did. I forgot that I have a spell set on here. Let's actually just clear and create, so that way it clears out that spell. But where... Actually, I have to remember how to do this now. Hold on. Ooh, there's an alteration table? I don't even know what that is. I probably have seen it before, but I just can't remember. But let's just look. So how... There's probably a... Yeah, there's a basic guide here. And new glyphs, scribe table, inscribe a spell onto parchment or enchanter's items. To do this, place a blank parchment on your table. I don't think that's what I need. Ah, that's what I'm forgetting. Okay, we are looking for dispel. Not that spell, dispel. There we go. And that should get it off to the races. That's how long it's been since I messed with Rs, right? I legitimately forgot that was even a function. Oh, that's pretty sad. Okay. You can see it sitting up here. We take it, we right-click. And so basically, now what we have is the ability to create a dispel. That would, of course, dispel creatures or whatever. Removes any potion effect from the target. When used on a witch or at half health, the witch will vanish and return for a Wixie shard. Will also dispel tamed summons back into their charm. Interesting. Interesting. There's a raid party. I'm actually going to go for this. Let me grab a bow and some arrows. And we've also got the lightning charge attached. But if we can take these guys out, I wonder if we can get an ominous bottle on camera here. Oop, that is not the right spell. What? I don't want flaming strike. I want lightning. Ooh, I'm just out of range. That's sad. Okay, let's take these guys out. All of them are crossbows. Okay, yes, perfect. Ominous bottle. Fantastic. a good thing to take these guys out, because apparently we can use this stuff for some stuff. Actually, I don't know if we can use just this one specifically. It looked like it was an Ominous Bottle 1, but I also pressed U, and it didn't show me any uses. So we will have to see if that actually functions, but for now, I think what we can do... containment... So we should be able to craft this bad boy. Oh, we need more glass bottles. That's the one thing so far I don't like about the occultism storage system, or storage thing. I don't know if you want to call it a system, because it's not fully, like, full out a system, in my opinion, is the fact that it doesn't tell you in JEI that you're out of items. So you kind of just think, oh, I can craft this, and then you can't craft it. But overall, since it wasn't that bad to get into, I'm not really too sad or too mad about that. It's just a pet peeve where I've seen it from a few storage mods that are actually specifically storage mods, and so it's one of those things that for some reason isn't accounted for, but oh well. All right, so we've got the Ritual Brazier, we've got the Table of Containment, and we will get into this in next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.